What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Colton Cash, Ultroff King, Ruler, whatever you want to call me. The most loved man in Ultroff, I'd say, Rob.
I don't know about that.
Love me in Ultroff. Man, I appreciate all my fans there in Ultroff. I really, really, really do. As you can see, Mitchell's not with us on the Colton Cash show this week. I'm pretty excited about that. And you know what? Cornbread said he didn't want to be around me either. So I found one of my only guys that could stand me. The Rob Father himself, co-owner of TNR Wrestling. What's going on, Rob Father?
Not much, Colton. Thanks for having me on, man. It's a pleasure.
You will, trust me. You can't be worse than Mitchell and Cornbread. I mean,
well, I don't know. I got a few things. I mean, I know you're probably one of the most hated people in Ultra. No, maybe. I don't know. You got a couple kids out there that likes to call you Barney, I think.
What? Mitch, don't worry about it. I've got this, Mitchell. I've got this. But, we coming off a big show, January 13th. Rob, tell me what you thought of the main event where my boy Shane Bridges pinned.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I think about the main event. I think it kind of sucks that kind of cheated a little bit. That's what I would call it. In my eyes, that's what I seen. I don't think he won. He got the 3 count.
And that's all that matters at the end.
And in wrestling nowadays, that's all that matters. That's right. Co-owner, that's all that matters is you got the 3 count. But it was an exciting match from up till the end. I really, really enjoyed that.
And that's just it. When none other than himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the dad bod god himself, Mr. Stephen Parks.
That is Stephen Parks now, not Steve-O.
Not Steve-O. Steve-O's gone, baby.
Steve-O's out the door. He's out. He's out.
Steve-O's done. Mr. Parks wants nothing to do with you people. All he cares about is dollar signs. And he's now a part of Cash Industries. So I'm so happy to have Mr. Parks in my lineup, along with the talent Shane Bridges, my man, the man that's like a chubby nephew to me.
Well, I don't know what you paid to get him, Colton, but I'm going to tell you on you had to pay pretty good to get Stephen Parks to get the crossover, because I seen one heck of a match between him and Shane, a couple months back.
When you got the two top, when you realize you're the 2 top guys in a company, bar none, you might as well team up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And run that thing. When you got the smartest man, and I am the smartest man, when you got the smartest man in all of Wrestling with Pride with the 2 top talent in Wrestling with Pride, you got a thing of beauty. And you know what? There's going to be more. There's just gold coming in and out of the stable. Coming in. Well, not really going out, but coming into the stable.
Well, right now you got to go because Shane is your man. He is the new, WWP champion.
Yeah. And by the way, yes, Mitchell, it is the dad bod god. The dad bod god.
Dad bod god.
Yeah. Now, I'm getting a lot of hate in these comments. Every week I get hate in these comments. They're like, go away, Colton cheated. We don't like you.
Look at Erica. She just said Colton cheated. I mean, Says who you calling the top 2 guys? I mean.
Hey, no disrespect, Mr. Casino. No disrespect, Mr. Casino, at all. Nothing intended. No disrespect, but it just is what it is. When you're allowed, maybe if you were allowed with me, you'd be one of the top 2 guys, but you're not. So, but I don't think these fans appreciate it. I'm fighting illness. Right now.
What kind of illness are you fighting tonight?
I have a cold.
Well.
I've been a lot of snot. I've got a.
Did you have the Barney suit on too long?
No, I did not have. I don't wear a Barney.
Oh, well, you almost said you wore it. I mean,
Man, they tried to get me to dress up like Barney for the costume battle royal.
You probably would have won the costume battle royal if you'd have dressed up like Barney.
I couldn't find an outfit. Couldn't find an outfit.
Well,
so all right, now let's go on to talk about some of the matches that we had on the last show. Because we tried to get to all of them, but last week's show was just packed full. Let's talk about Eli Parks.
Eli Parks and Lee Michaels in a no submission match. Now, on my part, Colton, I thought it was a darn good match through and through.
No, I thought it was an excellent match. It was the rubber match between the two. And of course, Eli ended up catching. And that's the thing about, I'm a seasoned grappler, like and you know what? Actually, Mitchell, why don't you go ahead and play the highlights? Mitch, play the highlights.
Mitch, play them. Come on, Mitch.
Like Lee Michaels was literally in the whoa. What's going on here?
Is going to have the 1-2 tap.
That's this.
Let's energy stop taking over the white sock. See, that's what these third teams right there talking about so many times. I think they're picking up that rivalry right where it left off with.
Absolutely. Looks like feel like a Boston Crab step over.
Yeah, this is a submission match, folks. Great camera shot by our camera crew.
Absolutely. I want to say thank you to Eric Black and Justin Betts, a box section photography and White Rules for Legacy. Even that Lee Michaels literally barely able to make it to the bottom rope. See, that is the only thing. Oh, look at this. Look at the way these guys are close right here. They're turning.
Look at Rick's picture on that night.
Absolutely. Using that rope as leverage. But
the presence on the back of that neck, though.
Absolutely.
You're monitored for shit like that last night.
Hey,
Now that coffee and kick that boosted stop. Yeah. On the outside. Luke Michaels doesn't care if he makes friends or not. He only does my work. Does my two things. Punishment and wins. Just like the senior position that he was in, hard to tell from this angle here, but he kind of did look like this right now.
It did, I mean.
Yeah, look at him. He's still talking trash. Now look at this. Look at that kind of ball apart.
There you saw it. I mean, it's just unfortunate sometimes in the grappling game where you're doing something like a submission match, you just get called out of nowhere.
I mean, that was out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere. A crossface out of nowhere. That's a big feather in the hat of Eli Parks and the young kid's career.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him being young and can pull that out of his hat, just spur of the moment thing to put that crossface on Lee Michaels and for Lee Michaels to tap. That says a lot for Eli Parks.
And he endured some punishment. He endured some punishment there from Lee Michaels too.
Yes,
Lee Michaels is the legend in this game.
Lee Michaels has been around for a while,
Yeah. So a big win. Now that brings us to our next match that we didn't get to. The table match between Oni and Zach Daniels.
Man, you want to talk about a tables match now?
I mean, this has gotten personal.
Whoa, hello there.
There he is.
He finally decides to show up.
All right, Colton, I need to know what you did to the internet over at my office.
I didn't pay it.
That's the reason why I wasn't able to get on the show, was because of the internet problems here at the office.
Why are you so sweaty?
I ain't sweaty. It's just the light in the house.
No, okay.
Actually, shaved my head for once.
You look sweaty, like you've been struggling to push something. Anyway, yeah, go on with the show, Mitchell. That's right. No. Justice, #justice for casino. It swept the internet. It was tweeted on X, whatever that is. On my.
Did you say Twitter X?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he said.
My MySpace page. #.
Oh, you got me one there, man. I've never heard of Twitter X.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it here. I know it was Twitter. Now it went to X.
Yeah,
but
probably change it next week to just a symbol. I don't know what they're going to do. Elon Musk is weird.
There you go, right there.
No,
Keep casino in jail.
Anyway, so let's go on back. Let's get back on track. Let's get Zach Daniels versus Oni. What were your thoughts on this match, Rob Father?
Man, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what my thoughts was. I thought it was a 3-on-1 match through the whole entire thing, just about. I mean, every time you turned around, you had 2-on-1. Sometimes you had 3-on-1. I felt like Zach didn't even get a fair chance, but, give it up to Zach and come out on top,
Well, we actually have some highlights of that match, but I want to talk to both of you guys because I know both of you guys are in the back watching it on the monitors. What happened after the match is what I want to get both of y'all's opinions on. But let's go ahead and take a look during the match of some of the highlights from it. Take a look.
This ain't good, Barney. This is not good, Barney. Barney's got that table. Let's get things stinky. The match continues. The question. Yeah, that's what the referee is saying. You gotta literally put your opponent through the table. You're moving up the table, your opponent goes through, doesn't count. Like I said earlier, the younger kids, you got more. Yeah. He doesn't want to get on the floor. Yeah. And like I said before, tables have a winning record at Wrestling with Pride. And there's another example of it. And now, that is set up again. seated on their top turnbuckle. And now he's trying to fight back. He is trying to fight back here. Wait a minute. Hey, I took a long time. Look at all this. Let's just walk. Yeah, the one happened to him earlier tonight. Welcome to the we see him catching. Let's go. Yeah, all these people taking out the church cross.
Now you see right there, and Rob, contrary to what you just said just a few minutes ago, it literally was a handicap match. Zach Daniels was outnumbered by the Unknown Order and Ali X.
That is correct. You know, and it's anytime the Unknown Order is around, it's always going to be 3-on-1 or 3-on-2 or 2-on-1. I mean, that's what I've seen since I've been watching them.
Colton.
You know, you can count on a few things. Death. It's coming for us all one day, right, fellas?
Yeah.
I agree.
Taxes.
Pay them every day.
You're going to pay them every day. And Josh and Cassie Cross sticking their noses in places that don't belong.
Here we go.
3 certainties in life. I mean, you know, the Unknown Order out there minding their own business, giving Ozaki to the beating that he deserves. They come just out, you know, like, look. And who makes up these rules? He went through the table. The match should be over. As far as I'm concerned, Oni Baloney got cheated.
In a tables match, you have to put your opponent through the table, not you go.
You are a bunch of rule maker uppers, is what you are.
Okay. The rules of a table match is you must put your opponent through the table. You cannot have any outside interference. Put the opponent through the table, and that's exactly
that goes to the table. Y'all making a rule. And by the way, Tucker, that is not cool. That is uncalled for. You better. You know what? As King of Ultroff, I proclaim it right now. Anyone chanting Oni Baloney will be kicked out of Ultroff.
Oni Baloney. Okay. I'm sorry.
Not one person. Not one person better call him Oni Baloney.
I like that name. I'm glad Tucker come up with that.
You will be removed from Ultroff. You'll be taken out in handcuffs just like Casino. But the difference is, unlike Casino, you'll deserve it for chanting Oni Baloney.
Wow.
See, once again, uncalled for. You know, y'all think your words don't hurt. Hey, he does kind of.
Well, Rob,
he does kind of look like one.
I do need to talk to you and Terry. Oh, wrong one. About this right here.
Well.
Yeah.
You know, hey. I had a few things happen to me during that show also. So,
and we'll talk about that later on. We'll talk about this comment right here as well.
Yeah, we need to talk about that comment later.
But Colton, I want to get back to you about something that was said earlier on in the show when I was not around.
Well, yeah, I don't even know what you were doing.
No, he's awful sweaty.
Trying to get on the show.
Sweaty.
I'm not going to tell you, DJ Mike, but Colton told me you cut your internet line, so that's the reason why.
He probably did.
I live far away from you.
Bring up to my comment here. Dad bod God.
Dad bod God. The Dad bod God.
In all the years that I have known Steve-O in this business, he has always gone by Steve-O. He has gone by the legend Steve-O, the one and only Steve-O. Anytime his name, Steven, was ever said, excuse my language, it pissed him off. He hated that name. But after this last show, well, going on 2 weeks now, you had to have said something to him, or like Rob said earlier, paid him to literally turn on Quincy Ellie and assist Shane Bridges in winning the inaugural Wrestling with Pride Heavyweight Championship. What was said in y'all's little meeting? Because I know you guys had a meeting earlier on that night. Because when I got to the arena that night,
backstage.
there was a closed meeting, and Steven comes. Steve-O, sorry, not Steven.
No. Correct yourself. It is Stephen Parks, Mr. Stephen Parks, the dad bod god. It is not Steve-O. Steve-O is a thing of the past. You see, here's the thing. What do you got to be for them checks in wrestling to be bigger? What do you got to have? You got to have the belts, man. You got to have the belts. So here's the thing. Mr. Parks understood when I picked Shane Bridges, because you know what it was? Shane Bridges is now part of Cash Industries. Shane Bridges, the talent. He was an obvious pick. Everybody in my shoes would have made the same pick. Correct?
Okay, but now here's my question to you.
Well, you're going to let me finish, or you're going to interrupt me?
Go ahead.
Okay, so obviously Shane Bridges is my pick. Who's got the other pick? Ray Ivy. Who does he pick? His good friend Steve-O, Stephen Parks, excuse me. You know, some old habits are going to be hard to break, even for somebody as great as myself, and I am great.
Okay.
So Ray rides up and down the street with Mr. Parks. He rides up and down. And who does he pick? A former WWE NXT superstar, Quincy Ellie. Heck of a talent. It was just business between me and him, and me and them, and they understand. Mr. Parks is going to be cashing large checks. Mr. Parks is tired of working a 9-to-5, and I'm going to get him out of that. So you know what? If I got to write a check with a few zeros on it, I'll write a check with a few zeros on it.
So I guess you're going to write a few zeros on it when Mr. Parks wants to cash in on the WWP title?
Listen,
thank you. That was a question I was fixing to ask.
You know what? Me and Mr. Parks have an arrangement. Y'all don't worry about it. You don't worry about it.
But see, now another question I have for you, Colton, is every championship match that Steven has had in Wrestling with Pride.
You know what? Just refer to him.
He has always came up short.
Well,
let's talk about this.
Okay, let's talk about it.
The Red Dirt Heavyweight Championship that Red James brought from Texas and defended against Steve-O. Steve-O did win, but he won by disqualification. Was not able to walk away with gold that night. This past weekend, he goes up against the TNR Heavyweight Championship champion, Chaos the Gorilla, in a 20-minute time limit draw. Was not able to get the title. Now that you have recruited him, and Shane is the Wrestling with Pride heavyweight champion, where does that leave Steven with any chance of getting any type of gold in Wrestling with Pride? Because we already know he is a tag team champion in TNR.
Yes, he is.
But where does that leave him with Wrestling with Pride if you have the only championship right now?
Well, I mean, obviously, there's going to be, as the company grows, more titles going to be introduced, and we're still bringing champions from other organizations in, like Red James. I'm sure he's coming back at some point, and we'll have many others. But here's the thing: those are two title matches that that Mr. Parks had, and he didn't lose either one of those matches, but yet he has nothing to show for it. He has nothing to show for it. But in those matches that he has nothing to show for, you know what he didn't have? This brain right here. This brain right here. So you know what? Mr. Parks, the dad bod god, the DBG. He's got me in his corner now. He's got me in his corner, and he's taking the bet that the goat knows what he's talking about, because time has proven I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, now I've got another question for you. You said you picked Shane to be your first representative, correct?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Why didn't you go pick Mr. Parks, as you like to call him now, to be your first representative?
Do you know? I think you're delusional if you think this was an overnight thing. You're delusional. You're delusional. Can I ask you a question? You remember the costume?
Sure.
You remember the costume battle royal?
Yeah, where he came out as a New Year's Eve baby.
No, that's fine. You can make your jokes. It's fine. I mean, go ahead and tell your jokes. But let me tell you something. Who did you see me cornered off with talking to quite a bit? Think about it. Think real hard.
Steve-O.
The sophisticated gorilla, the dad bod god. Stephen Parks. Mr. Stephen Parks. Quit calling him Steve-O. So, you know what? It took some time for him to see the light. You know, I'm in sales. And I sell, and I'm a great salesman. You know, there's some customers that they come in and they see a good deal and they buy like that. And there's some customers, they leave the showroom.
Wow.
And they go home. They sleep on it. And they'll go shop somewhere else and they'll come back to you. They'll think about it again. And maybe they have to come back 2 or 3 times before they go, you know what? You're right. So
I don't know. I think my daughter might have said it best there, my delusional.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Abigail right there.
Well,
but Colton, I'm going to have, for once, yes, I'm actually going to say, for once, I'm going to have to agree with you because, yes, I am in sales as well, and that is a true statement. So, yeah, I will agree with you on that. But in the same sense, 9 times out of 10, they don't come back. You may have gotten lucky. This one out of 10 times. But how's that luck going to feel come this Saturday? Because, and you're going to be the first one to hear about it, Shane Bridges will be defending the title this Saturday night against a mystery opponent.
Okay. See, I mean, and see, and they say, and my clients, my friends, the members of Cash Industries, they see this. How many times are y'all going to show you? We're not going to tell you who you're wrestling until you show up. There's going to be a mystery stipulation. So show up. You're not going to know about it. We're going to know about it. I mean, you can totally stack the deck against us, and we keep overcoming. I mean, y'all done it. Because see, and I think you do it because you know you're no match. It's not a fair fight if we know what's coming. Keep playing your games. It's silly and it's cute right now, but there's going to come a time where it's not going to be cute no more. Go on.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got 2 more matches that we're going to talk about. And then I want to also talk about, because of the actions of the table match, because we did get sidetracked. I want to talk about that when we get back from the commercial break. But we'll be right back right after these messages.
Planning a wedding, party, school dance, or event? ST Entertainment can help you with all of your audio needs. Whether it is formal, semi-formal, or casual, whether it is a large venue or small, ST Entertainment has you covered with the best music, party lights, and high-quality sound for your events needs. ST Entertainment has a huge music selection from all music genres, and we can cater to your music tastes, and that of your guests. Call us today for a quote before your special day is booked up, and let ST Entertainment help make your event unforgettable for you and all of your guests. 870-262-7742. That's 870-262-7742. Call today.
So let's go ahead and just clear the air. Steve-O, according to you, is no more.
No, that's not according to me. That's just the way it is. Go on.
Okay. Well, after the tables match between Zach Daniels and Oni of the Unknown Order, it looked like the Unknown Order did not take the situation of losing very well. Take a look at what happened after the match.
What would you? They should have won. It's a technicality.
The Unknown Order is real straight. Somebody else on the right side is out here, a cheap shot. Trying to get her a seat. The guy's got the steel chair in hand. Come on. Now, we're going to need some help in here. Yeah, now you're going to force Nancy off the watch. Come on. Oh, what is this? The real pair of DDT punches into the chair. Come on. Come on, Spike McMahon. Tear up on the shoulder, just come on. Come on. Come on, look up. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, there's no time. It's sort of like a just wrong. It's not supposed to watch it here. Come on. Hold on, man. Hey. Right there.
Well, you saw the beatdown right there. And I don't know if he was able to hear exactly what the commissioner, Brad, said, but if the Unknown Order continue to attack Zach Daniels, Josh Cross, and Cassie, that they will be suspended. You saw Oni throw the chair down. Void didn't like that too well and decided to attack Josh Cross even more with the chair after he had said that, causing the 30-day suspension for the Unknown Order.
It's what? Just more of the same.
Due to that beatdown as well, Zach Daniels re-injured the broken ribs.
Hilarious.
And will not be able to compete this weekend as well.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Going to be a good day, Tater.
And you see Brad right here, they deserved every bit of what they got by being suspended. And, I mean,
when you go up against the order and don't listen, you know.
Hey, guys.
It happens.
Guys, call me. I'll get that suspension paid for you. I got good lawyers.
Well,
go.
There is, unfortunately for you, there is no fine. It's just a suspension. So you won't have to pay for nothing.
Well, good. As long as they're getting paid, I don't care. Go on.
Well, we talked a little bit about it last week. And that was Aces Wild with the returning and debuting Mad Chef taking on the reunited Conga Force with Barry Blue. Well, Chaos the Gorilla decides to come out unmasked Barry Blue, and it was your chubby juice box nephew.
I didn't. I had no idea. They worked me.
You had no idea, but he was. If you look at the video, he was hiding behind you.
Exactly behind you.
I didn't realize he was hiding behind me. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Anyways.
But anyway, you know what? He has released Chaos from his conservatorship. Just leave the kid alone. Chaos, leave the kid alone before something bad happens to you. All right? You know, a lot of people may be scared of Chaos, the gorilla. But I guarantee you, Cash Industries is not. And if you get in our way, we'll put you in your place.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
That does, actually.
Take it for whatever you want.
Well, it ended up the commissioner coming out and making it a traditional tag match.
Once again,
where you guys basically threw Mad Chef to the side.
Listen,
we already. I know we talked about it. Let's not go into that.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about is the end of the match, where Mad Chef inadvertently costed you guys the match.
Oh, you want to just talk about it?
He went from the frying pan to the ovens. What it looked like to me.
Well, what he did, a senior citizen got lost in the ring and did it and stuck his nose in somebody's business. I mean, it was what it was. You know, I mean, them kids ain't won nothing. They don't feel like winners. Do you think they feel like winners? They didn't. They got slapped around.
Well, speaking of feeling like winners, actually, you know what? Let's let Azul himself tell you what he thinks about this coming up Saturday night. And then I've got a question I need to ask you.
All right, go ahead.
Wrestling pride. You know, I'm not really gonna cover the tag match between Congo Force and Aces Wild. We know what happened, and it is what it is. But Colton Cash, you have a very big respect problem. When I say respect from you, you have not a respect for nothing. You have not a respect for me, not a respect for Lucha, not a respect for any of the wrestling pride fans, nor any of the fans that you see wherever you go. So, January 13th, Colton Cash, I have your number, I say. I have your numeral. Because understand, I'm going to teach you a little something about respect. I'm going to teach you that your size is given to you by Jesus to help the little guys like me. I'm going to knock you down in size. Because you think you can just step on everybody. But come January 13th, try to step on me, I say.
It seems like you've done something to Azul.
Oh my!
Almost seems like you're bringing out a certain side of him that we haven't seen in Azul in a long time. But you said just before that video package that they shouldn't be acting like winners, right?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't, and they're not acting like winners. They know.
Okay.
They listen. Azul's the king of technicalities. I mean, that's what he is. He's the king. He technically won 2 matches, but if you ask all the guys in the back, the guy's like 0-75. If you ask Azul, he'd tell you he's 0-75. He don't take no pride in that.
And okay, now let me ask you this. In active competition for yourself, singles or team, what are you?
Listen.
No.
I want the answer.
Shut your mouth. First off, that's what you need to do. Because I'm going to tell you. No, I'm going to tell you something right now. Anybody can sneak up behind somebody, hit them in their enormous genitalia, and try to choke them and try to say that's a win. That's fine. If you feel a good guy about it, whatever.
You tapped out.
No, it's fine. It happens. You know what, though? What I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to leave that kid broken. I'm going to have to leave him bleeding. And I'm going to leave him humiliated in the middle of that ring Saturday. So let me tell you something, Michael. I'm going to break that kid's leg right there in the middle of the ring, and it's going to be on your hands. Am I understood?
What if he chops your knees off? Yep, he's gone.
Hey folks, have you locked yourself out of your vehicle, or maybe you're stranded on the side of the road? Well, have no fear, because Scorpion Towing and Recovery LLC is your first choice source for towing services and roadside assistance. Again, they also specialize in lockout services as well. Their clients appreciate their fast dispatch times and competitive rates. So if you are stuck on the side of the road, well, let's change that. Give the guys at Scorpion Towing and Recovery LLC a call, 870-569-7743. Again, your first choice source for towing services and roadside assistance should be Scorpion Towing and Recovery LLC, 870-569-7743.
Man.
I don't know what to say.
So he got just a little upset.
Yeah, but moving on. Let's talk about the main event that we're going to have this Saturday night, and that's going to be the death match.
Oh, man, what a main event it's going to be.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be hell to pay for one of these two gentlemen, and you can see it right here. It's going to be Casino taking on the co-owner, the authentic Ray Ivy, in a match that is to settle everything. This rivalry between these two have gone on for years. They have tagged together. They have worked opposite of each other. They have worked fatal four-ways together, rumbles. They've worked almost every single type of match. But this match between these two is the first time these two are basically going at it in this caliber of a match. I mean, it technically all started back in September.
Yes.
Casino was there for our very first show in August. And
all over a phone call.
Yeah, all of this over a phone call because Ray Ivy or Wrestling with Pride did not contact him. But I mean, with going into this match, the fight that they had this past Saturday night is nothing compared to this. And I know Ray came to me after he said what he said in the ring, but due to some legalities on TNR's part, we are not able to remove the ring ropes and replace them with barbed wires.
That is correct. My insurance will not allow it.
And that is completely understandable. I wouldn't want it that way anyways, but we know, you know Ray as well as I do. With Ray has his mindset on one thing, he's going to push his hardest for it.
Yes.
Well, we were able to get it approved for this to be a death match. But going into this death match, from what you've seen from September to now, I want to get your thoughts on it.
Seeing this whole thing come about all over a phone call, you know, then months after months, week after weeks, Casino showing up, just going off the wall, trying to hurt people, knowing Ray was hurt. You know, everybody know Ray was injured. Ray wanted to get in the ring more than anybody did.
Right.
But I'm telling y'all, this being a death match, that is right up Ray Ivy's. That's Ray Ivy. If anybody knows Ray Ivy, that's him. That's right up his line of duty is the death match. Casino, on the other hand, is not somebody that's a pushover either.
No, and you can see it right here. So it's going to be everywhere, all over the place with a lot of blood. And that is absolutely correct right there, Eric.
Correct.
The last time I've seen, I don't mean to cut you off, but the last time I saw Ray Ivy do a death match, it was back in April of 2022. He was the current RWE heavyweight champion at the time. He went up against Lee Michaels, who was basically coming fresh off of a induction into the RWE Hall of Fame, as well as got Wrestler of the Year the exact same night, and then went into a 60-minute Iron Man match. This is the same gentleman that went into an Iron Man match and then turned around and fought in a Rat Pack street fight. And then literally a month later goes into a death match with Ray Ivy that went all over the RWE arena. And from then to now, Ray's bloodthirst or thirst for blood or violence has only gotten stronger.
Yes, it has. Every time he sees blood on himself, it's just like he snaps. Comes totally different.
I mean, let's take a look at the video. Excuse me, of what the reaction that Ray came out to after the boot, and then we'll talk about what happened after the match, because there's those two questions I wanted to talk to you about. The one we showed from Casino earlier, and then another question of a video package I'm going to show you. I want to get your thoughts on that. Take a look at just the way Ray came out and listen to the reaction of the crowd. Now, you notice that song that that second song he came out to after he threw the boot.
Yes.
I don't know. You said you've only been doing this for what? Just a little under a year?
Just a little under a year.
But I'm sure with your ties with Terry and the Outsider, you've been around the business for many, many years.
Yes, sir, I have.
So you've heard the name the Suicide King.
Yes, I sure have.
I'm thinking of if you notice those pants and that shirt that he wore was the exact same pair of pants that he wore did his hardcore death match. And that shirt was from a team that he teamed up with Josh Cross as one of the most violent tag teams in the state of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, and Oklahoma, known as the Lost Souls. With him, I believe, coming out as the Suicide King, I don't think there is anybody going to be able to stop this match if need be, because one of these gentlemen will probably have to be carted away by an ambulance.
That's what I'm thinking. You probably have to have an ambulance on standby. Going to be a lot of blood in this match.
Absolutely. And I'm looking at some of these comments right here. And this is from the match that I've seen right here. Lee flew from the top of the RWE entrance, put Ray through a table 15 feet high.
It's a long ways up.
It is. And right here, excuse me, Erica Black is also who does all of our videography for our for Wrestling Pride, and she also did it for us at RWE. She's recorded a lot of Ray's death matches, and there's been so much blood that Ray has actually had to have gone to the hospital. And you see here, Brad, the commissioner, hopefully he doesn't have to get to the ER this time. But what got me is when Brad was trying to get everybody out from the back, he was the first one in the ring to try and stop it, and then this happens.
This is not rated TV-PG. The TNR official. TNR official here is unsanctioned, folks. Referee there like I'm security guard.
Now, with you being a high official with TNR as co-owner of TNR Championship Wrestling, you're also one of our senior officials at Wrestling with Pride. the question that I had for you is, let's get to the comments real quick, see if I can pull it back up. Because of that hit, is that the reason why you bailed out Casino from jail?
You got it. You know, I've been coming to this company with y'all for 5 months. 5 months I've stuck my neck out for Ray, helping Ray out. Trying to do everything I can for this company to help him. And he put his hands on me. You know, a little mad about that. He put his hands on me, so I went and bailed him out of jail.
Okay.
You know,
my thing is with you being a senior official for Wrestling with Pride as well as TNR, you know accidents are going to happen.
Yes, I do. So I kind of regret bailing him out, but there is a segment there that you didn't play that Ray said if he had to, he'd bail him out himself. So maybe if I hadn't went, Ray might have bailed him out himself. But you know what? I was mad at the time. I was a little upset, aggravated. You know, I just stepped out of to help out. You know, trying to keep him from doing what he didn't need to do. And you know, I think there was a couple of times he hit me more than once. So it's what kind of made me mad. And yes, I bailed Casino out of jail. You know, but that's enough of that. I just, you know, I did what I did. I bailed him out of jail.
Well, come this Saturday night, like we said, it's going to be the death match between Ray Ivy and Casino. I'll go ahead and get the flyer back up so everybody can see it. It's going to take place at 131 North 4th Street there in Ultra at the gym. Doors are going to open at 5:15. Bell time about 7 o'clock. $10 on the floor seats. If you guys want to get general admission, it'll be $8. If you guys want to reserve seats, message us on the Wrestling with Pride page, and we would be more than glad to get your seats reserved for you. Rob,
people, y'all don't want to miss that match. Y'all don't want to miss the 13th. I really think you need to be there at Oil Trough. Death match between Ray Ivy and Casino is going to be one for the lifetime.
I mean, then you've got Colton Cash.
You got Colton Cash taking on Azul.
And you saw the way that Colton Cash left the show.
Yes, I did. And you got Shane that's got a mystery partner. You don't never know who's going to show up. You know, at any given show, people, somebody could show up that you really want to see. And the only way you can see that person is be there, buy a ticket.
Right.
You know?
But before Colton, I was trying to let Colton know that this Saturday night, Colton will also be pulling double duty.
Oh, and Colton don't know that.
Colton doesn't know that because he left the show, but due to contractual obligations, Cornbread will not be there this Saturday night. So Colton Cash will be sitting in as guest commentator for that night.
There you go. So he's pulling double duty.
Right. But my question to you is, due to the actions of you bailing out Casino for the death match this Saturday night, I would like to have you at ringside for that main event to help me call that match. But I'm going to ask one question and then I'll let you answer it. Did you do the right thing by bailing out Casino?